What if I told you that the seafood on your plate, the very thing you believe is keeping you healthy, is actually a silent saboteur, wreaking havoc on your heart, joints, and even your brain? For millions of Americans over 60, that quiet seafood dinner is no longer just a meal. It's a decision between healing and harm. Some of these popular seafood choices are slowly poisoning you, while others, backed by science, can actually help your body reverse the aging process from the inside out, paving the way for a longer, more vibrant life. In this exposé, you'll uncover the 3 most treacherous types of seafood that seniors should never touch, and the 3 powerhouse ocean foods you should be incorporating into your weekly diet to safeguard your heart, sharpen your mind, and keep your body moving well into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s. The real kicker? The worst offenders are often the ones we're told are healthy, while the best are buried, forgotten, or labeled as exotic because they don't line the pockets of big corporations. If you regularly wake up with stiff joints, unexplained fatigue, or simply a nagging feeling that something's not quite right, the answer might be staring you right in the face, right there on your dinner plate. One is slowly poisoning you, but this one could save your life. Stick with me because this could change everything. Before we dive deep, if you haven't already, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notification bell, so you never miss a single health tip tailored specifically for you. And if you're finding this video helpful, type a 1 in the comments section. If not, type a 0 so I know how I can create even better content for you. Let's get into it. The 3 worst seafood choices for seniors, backed by science. Tilapia, the healthy fish that's slowly poisoning your joints and brain. For years, tilapia has graced dinner plates across America as a safe, lean, affordable, and easy-to-prepare option. But lurking beneath its pristine white flesh is a serious danger, especially for older adults. This fish, particularly the farm-raised variety that floods our supermarkets, is one of the most inflammatory foods a senior can eat. You see, tilapia is dangerously high in omega-6 fatty acids. That's right, the same fatty acids that have been linked to chronic inflammation. And when you're over 60, inflammation isn't just a buzzword. It's the silent root cause of joint pain, heart disease, arthritis, and even memory loss. Your body becomes more sensitive with age, and your ability to balance fats diminishes. Unlike omega-3s, which soothe inflammation, omega-6s fan the flames, and tilapia contains more omega-6s than bacon. Just think about that for a moment. But it doesn't stop there. Nearly 95% of the tilapia sold in the U.S. is imported from overseas farms, many from regions with lax health regulations. These fish are often raised in crowded, unsanitary ponds and fed animal waste, cheap corn, and soy pellets just to keep them alive. Producers use antibiotics that are banned in the United States. These chemicals don't disappear when the fish is packaged and sold. They end up inside you. I remember one of my patients, a 74-year-old retired teacher named George. He came to me with persistent knee pain and unexplained swelling in his hands. His blood tests showed elevated markers of inflammation and low omega-3 levels. But George was unknowingly making things worse every time he ate his heart-healthy, baked tilapia. It was only after 2 months of eliminating it from his diet and replacing it with better choices that his pain subsided by more than 50%. He was shocked, and he's not alone. Make no mistake, tilapia may seem clean, but inside your body, it's slowly poisoning you. It's not providing the brain or joint support you need at this age. It's robbing you of it. So, if you've been eating tilapia and thinking it's a safe seafood option, stop. You deserve better, and your body is begging you for it. But if you think tilapia is bad, wait until you hear about what lurks inside another popular fish that's probably sitting in your pantry right now. It's deceptively harmless and toxically dangerous. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment a 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to number 2. Canned tuna, the pantry staple that's slowly poisoning your mind. It's a familiar sight in most American seniors' kitchens, a simple, lean, inexpensive can of tuna that feels like a safe protein, especially when you're trying to watch your weight or cook for one. But for older adults, especially those over 65, canned tuna can be a silent toxic trap, especially albacore. What you don't see in that little metal can is what makes it so dangerous. Mercury, and more than your body can handle. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at eliminating heavy metals like mercury. Kidneys slow down, detoxification pathways weaken, and the brain becomes more vulnerable. Canned albacore tuna has 3 times the amount of mercury compared to skipjack or light tuna. Even the FDA warns seniors and pregnant women to strictly limit consumption, yet most seniors still eat it weekly, sometimes even daily, thinking it's helping their heart. But inside your body, it's doing the opposite. One of my patients, a 69-year-old widow named Carol, came to me after experiencing frequent brain fog, occasional tremors, and sudden memory lapses. Her blood mercury levels were high, far too high for her age. The culprit? A diet heavy in canned albacore tuna. She ate it almost every day for lunch, thinking it was her safest source of protein. After we eliminated it and supported her detoxification system with the right nutrients, her mind slowly began to clear. It was a wake-up call she never expected. Mercury doesn't just pass through you, it accumulates. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and can silently damage your memory, coordination, and even your speech. For seniors already susceptible to dementia and balance issues, this is incredibly alarming. And don't be fooled by wild-caught or in-water labels. Mercury doesn't care how your tuna is packaged. What matters is the species of fish and how often you eat it. Canned albacore tuna, no matter how fancy the preparation, is slowly poisoning you. Each bite adding to a toxic burden your body can no longer keep up with. So, if you've been relying on tuna as a healthy go-to, it's time to rethink. But if mercury and tuna have you worried, wait until you hear about the next seafood item, often served fried, grilled, or country style, that might be laced with drugs and hormones banned in the U.S. farm-raised catfish. The southern comfort food coated in hidden chemicals. Served up in southern kitchens, church suppers, and family picnics across America, crispy, golden, and familiar, catfish offers a sense of comfort. But for seniors, especially those over 60, farm-raised catfish is a dangerous illusion of nutrition. Beneath the mild flavor and flaky texture lies a serious threat, a toxic cocktail of hormones, antibiotics, and chemical residues that your aging body can't fight off like it used to. Today, over 80% of the catfish sold in the U.S. is imported mostly from countries like Vietnam and China. These operations often raise fish in crowded, polluted ponds where disease spreads rapidly. To keep them alive, they're fed a steady diet of antibiotics, growth hormones, and even malachite green, a chemical banned in the U.S. because it has been linked to liver toxicity and cancer. Yet tests continue to find traces of it in imported catfish that ends up on American plates. What's even worse is that seniors metabolize these contaminants slower. As your liver and kidneys age, they struggle to filter toxins. That means harmful residues accumulate silently, wreaking havoc on your metabolism, suppressing your immune system, and burdening already overworked organs. One of my longtime patients, a 76-year-old retired mechanic named Frank, told me he had been eating fried catfish every Sunday for over a decade. He loved it and said it reminded him of home. But over time, he developed chronic indigestion, sudden skin rashes, and unexplained fatigue. After some targeted testing, we found elevated levels of nitrofurazone metabolites and signs of liver stress. After he stopped eating farm-raised catfish and started cleansing his diet, his symptoms began to subside. Frank told me it felt like a fog had lifted. This isn't rare. Farm-raised catfish is not only lacking in the healthy fats your brain and heart need, it delivers exactly what your body fears most at this age: inflammation, toxicity, and immune disruption. It's poisoning you one bite at a time. So, the next time catfish is on the menu, whether it's grilled, fried, or baked, ask where it came from. If it's farm-raised and imported, you're better off leaving it off your plate. Now that we've explored the worst offenders, it's time we look at the flip side, because not all seafood is dangerous. In fact, there are 3 ocean superfoods that can regenerate your joints, sharpen your mind, and energize you after 60. Let's talk about the ones you should be eating every week. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment a 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's continue to number 4. The 3 best seafood choices for seniors. Eat these weekly. Sardines. The tiny fish that helps you live longer. At first glance, they're small, oily, and often relegated to the bottom shelf of the supermarket. Hardly the stars of a senior's shopping list. But what if I told you that this tiny, unassuming fish could protect your heart, nourish your brain, strengthen your bones, and potentially extend your lifespan? Because it can, and the science is crystal clear. Sardines may be one of the most potent anti-aging foods available to seniors today. Unlike larger fish that accumulate toxins and mercury over time, sardines are small, short-lived, and incredibly clean. That means they carry very low levels of contaminants, a crucial benefit for older adults with already stressed livers and kidneys. But their real power lies in what they do carry. Omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, vitamin D, selenium, iron, and vitamin B12 nutrients that seniors desperately need to stay sharp, mobile, and energized. As you age, inflammation becomes a silent enemy. It slowly erodes your joints, clouds your thinking, weakens your heart, and drains your energy. Sardines are packed with EPA and DHA, 2 forms of omega-3s that have been shown in numerous studies to reduce systemic inflammation, lower triglycerides, and protect the aging brain from cognitive decline. A long-term study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed oily fish like sardines at least twice a week had a 36% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease and significantly lower rates of dementia. But sardines offer something even rarer: highly bioavailable calcium and vitamin D in a single bite. For seniors battling osteoporosis or trying to maintain balance and mobility, that's huge. The tiny bones inside sardines, soft and safe to eat, are an incredible source of absorbable calcium, while the natural vitamin D helps your body utilize that calcium effectively, something many over-the-counter supplements fail to do. I remember one of my patients, Evelyn, 72, who came to me after fracturing her wrist in a fall in her garden. Her bone scans revealed signs of osteoporosis, and she had been taking calcium supplements for years with no real improvement. We looked at her diet. Barely any seafood and very little vitamin D. I suggested a simple change: 2 servings of natural sardines per week, packed in olive oil, no added salt. After just 6 months, her follow-up scan showed improved bone density, and more importantly, she said her balance had improved. She told me, "I feel sturdier on my feet and clearer in my head. This is not a coincidence." This isn't just about nutrition. It's about protecting your independence, your energy, your clarity, and your time. Sardines aren't just food. They're medicine in a can, and for seniors, they're one of the few protein sources that truly support your body from the inside out without added chemicals, sugars, or sodium. So, if you've been skipping sardines because of their size or their smell, it's time to reconsider. This is about living longer, and the science proves it. But sardines are just the beginning. There's another nutrient-rich seafood, pink and pristine from the cold waters of Alaska, that's not only delicious but also proven to protect your memory and sharpen your mind as you age. Let's dive into the second best seafood every senior should have on their plate. Wild-caught Alaskan salmon. The healing fish that helps you regenerate from within. If there's one seafood that deserves a permanent place in your kitchen, it's wild-caught Alaskan salmon. It's not just a healthy choice. It's a healing food for seniors. It supports nearly every system that begins to decline with age. Your heart, your brain, your joints, and even your skin. And if you're someone who values not just living longer but living better, this fish can silently transform your life. As we age, inflammation becomes a silent killer. You don't always feel it, but it's there, in your arteries, in your brain, in your knees. Wild-caught salmon is one of the richest sources of EPA and DHA, 2 omega-3 fatty acids that have been clinically proven to reduce inflammation. A large study from Harvard University showed that older adults who consumed oily fish like salmon 3 times a week had a 35% lower risk of cognitive decline over 5 years. That's not a supplement. That's just food, real food. But salmon doesn't just protect, it helps regenerate. It's packed with astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant naturally found in wild salmon but almost absent in farm-raised versions. Astaxanthin has been shown to boost skin elasticity, improve circulation, and support eye health, all critical areas where the aging body starts to falter. It's what gives wild salmon its vibrant pink-orange color, and it's one of the most effective anti-aging compounds found in nature. Then there's the heart. Seniors over 65 are at a much higher risk for heart disease and stroke, especially with diets high in processed fats. But salmon helps balance cholesterol, lower blood pressure, and protect artery walls. It's even been linked to improved heart rate variability, a marker of cardiac resilience that declines with age. This means your heart becomes more adaptable, more efficient, and more protected without the need for medications. One of my patients, Robert, 77, had experienced 2 minor cardiac events in 5 years. He came to me tired, overweight, and worried that he was headed downhill. We looked at his diet. Very little seafood, lots of processed meats. I encouraged him to try wild-caught salmon twice a week. He grilled it simply with herbs and olive oil. Within 3 months, his blood pressure had dropped, his cholesterol had stabilized, and he even started walking every morning. "Doc," he said, "I feel like I just got an oil change. This isn't a miracle. It's science, and it's accessible. You don't need fancy treatments or endless bottles of supplements. Just the right food, consistently." But here's the critical point. It has to be wild-caught. Farmed salmon is a very different animal, often filled with dyes, antibiotics, and poor nutrition. You want the... Here's the translation and creative rewriting of the provided text, expanded and developed for depth and richness. Just like nature-blessed Alaskan salmon varieties such as sockeye or coho, these options are incredibly pure, nutrient-dense, and free from the toxic elements that could negatively affect an older adult's delicate constitution. If sardines are the unsung champions of healthy aging, then wild-caught salmon stands as the unwavering foundation. It vigilantly guards what matters most, profoundly nourishes, and empowers your body to age with unwavering grace and strength. This translates to a longer and a richer, more fulfilling life. And yet, there's more to unveil. What if I told you there's a seafood that isn't technically a fish, but holds pivotal secrets to abundant energy, hormonal equilibrium, and even rock-solid bone strength in those over 60? Let's dive into that next. Atlantic mackerel, the often overlooked superfish to recharge your body and sharpen your mind. Most Americans barely even notice it's there. It doesn't take center stage on fancy restaurant menus, and it rarely makes its way into the average grocery cart. But for older adults, especially those wrestling with dwindling energy reserves, foggy thinking, or cardiovascular concerns, Atlantic mackerel can be one of the most powerfully restorative foods you're probably missing. Brimming with omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B12, selenium, and CoQ10, this humble oily fish generously delivers everything an aging body craves to naturally repair, protect, and supercharge itself. While salmon skillfully tames inflammation, Atlantic mackerel acts as prime fuel for your mitochondria, the very powerhouses within your cells. This becomes increasingly vital after the age of 60, as you combat plummeting energy levels, cognitive slowdown, and muscle strength decline. But here's what truly sets mackerel apart. Unlike larger fish like king mackerel or swordfish, Atlantic mackerel boasts exceptionally low mercury levels. This makes it among the safest fish for seniors to enjoy on a weekly basis. The FDA even spotlights it as one of the best choices for older adults. You gain the immense brain-boosting benefits of omega-3s without the looming concern of toxins. I once treated a 73-year-old retired nurse named Linda, who came to my office grappling with symptoms that so many seniors know all too well: chronic fatigue, frustrating forgetfulness, and a pervasive sense of sluggishness. Her lab results pointed to AB12 deficiency, mild anemia, and indications of mitochondrial dysfunction. Instead of immediately reaching for prescription medications, I guided her to incorporate Atlantic mackerel into her meals twice a week, gently baked or pan-seared in olive oil. Within just 6 weeks, she returned, tears glistening in the corners of her eyes, exclaiming, "I'm driving again without anxiety. The words are flowing freely, and I found myself again." Medical research echoes this transformation. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Nutrition health, and aging revealed that older adults who regularly consumed oily fish such as Atlantic mackerel experienced a remarkable 25% boost in cognitive scores, enhanced muscle retention, and demonstrated improved resilience against both fatigue and feelings of depression. This isn't merely a fish. It's high-octane fuel for the second chapter of your life. And here's an added bonus. Atlantic mackerel is remarkably affordable, sustainably sourced, and overflowing with highly absorbable nutrients. No elaborate preparations needed. Just a few ounces each week can revitalize your mind, empower your body, and reignite your zest for life. This helps you live longer and helps you live better. Now that you've unlocked the potential of 3 remarkable seafoods to sharpen your mind, ease your movement, and help you feel truly like yourself again, what if you orchestrated them into a harmonious weekly rhythm? Coming up next, we'll explore how to craft the perfect seafood plate for seniors. One that heals your body without resorting to endless pills, questionable powders, or guesswork. Eat smart, age strong. Your seafood choices matter more than ever. As we advance in years, the decisions we make at the dinner table carry more weight than ever before. What once seemed harmless, or even healthy, can silently erode our well-being. That's why understanding which seafoods heal and which harm isn't just nutritional advice. It's a matter of safeguarding your independence, your memory, your mobility, and your dignity. Let's be clear. The wrong seafoods can slowly poison you. Tilapia, canned albacore tuna, and farm-raised catfish aren't just less healthy. They are potentially dangerous for older adults. They can amplify inflammation, overburden your liver and kidneys, and expose you to toxins and heavy metals that your aging body simply can't process like it once did. These aren't just facts. They are glaring warning signs, and ignoring them could mean trading today's comfort food for tomorrow's chronic disease. But there's hope, real, powerful, natural hope. Because the right seafoods don't just help you survive. They empower you to thrive. Sardines rebuild your bones and fortify your brain. Wild Alaskan salmon tames inflammation and strengthens your heart. Atlantic mackerel reignites your energy, sharpens your focus, and restores cellular vitality. These aren't exotic, expensive, or complicated foods. They are simple, accessible, and scientifically proven to extend your lifespan and breathe life into your years. I've witnessed it time and again in my practice. Small changes make a profound difference. A new seafood on the plate, one less processed item in the shopping cart, and suddenly inflammation subsides, memory sharpens, blood pressure improves. You don't need a miracle pill. You need the right foods, wisely chosen and consistently enjoyed. So, if you're over 60, don't just eat out of habit, eat with intention. Rethink your plate, read labels, ask where your fish comes from. Your heart, your joints, your mind are depending on you more than ever. This isn't about fear. It's about freedom. The freedom to move, to remember, to enjoy, to truly live, and it starts with a simple choice. What's on your fork? These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I want to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and intend to apply to your life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with the number 1. If not, feel free to comment with the number 0. Your feedback means the world to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.